Well, folks, SoFi had a 5% red day today, so you know what that means. Had to get my second double espresso for this video. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's dive into it. Let's break down these charts, talk about SoFi, the indices, what I'm looking to do in this market. And let me tell you guys, we actually had a pretty good day in the stock market. Every index had a green day. The VIX went down. Oil did creep up a little bit, but still, green day across the board, and SoFi gave back a good amount of gains today, guys. Down 4.5%. It went down 84 cents on the day, and we closed just at $17.74. So again, we have to break down the charts, do an update, go over what I'm doing. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, my chart updates, all that stuff. And if you want to be a part of my private Discord, all that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocksurfs.com/Patreon. And now, cheers again, guys. Let's dive into it. So before we talk about SoFi, let me show you all these indices quickly. The Russell led the way today, guys, up almost 1%, and we closed just about 10 points away from all-time highs. And if I had to guess, I don't have a crystal ball, but if I had to guess, all-time highs are going to hit this week. Whether it's tomorrow, whether it's the next day, we're pretty much a stone's throw away on the Russell. And the Qs, I think, hit all-time highs today. Let's see. Yeah, we hit 747 here in the aftermarket, so the Qs ended up selling off a little bit at open, and really that's the only sell-off we had, and we ran for the entire day after that, and the S&P, I think, hit all-time highs at 760, man. Holy smokes. Yeah, we hit that earlier this morning, then it cooled off a little bit, only to then run into close, and the Dow Jones, let's see here, guys, also hit all-time highs. What do you know? 51,370. So 3 out of the 4 indices hit all-time highs. And again, the Russell, it's right there. We're probably going to hit it tomorrow or on Thursday, guys. So let's go over SoFi, which again did not participate in this green today. In fact, it gave back a good amount of gains, 4.5% red day. We got down to 1746 right before close, right in the beginning, middle of power hour actually. We hit about 1745, and that is a big drop from where we were in the pre-market. Pre-market, we hit almost 1860. So from top to bottom, we dropped about 6% on the stock today. Not the end of the world, but a decent drawdown, and it goes to show how strong of a resistance we're seeing here at, I think, 18 to 1850. Let me zoom in and show you guys. Yeah, about 18, honestly, 18 to $20. That's a major resistance. And really 19, which is right where we were right before earnings, right? So clearly, we broke out of that momentarily. We got up to about 20 bucks, chopped around a little bit. Then we got under 19, and now the sellers are really coming in, and we're still above these moving averages. We still have a golden cross, which is great, but we are, again, seeing resistance at 18 to 20 bucks, which I've said so many times, we need to break those levels, which is why my one alert is at 19. My other alert is at 20 bucks a share. And what could be happening here, guys, is a cup and handle formation. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Let me show you this. We have the cup right here. You guys see the cup formation starting to form. Now, let's see if the handle starts to form. We got the sell-off here. Now if we start chopping around, let's say like this, let's say if we chop around at about $17.50, $18 for a couple days, we start going back up to about 19, $18.50, 19, 20 bucks. That would be the cup and handle formation. And really, if we take out, it all comes back to 19, 20 bucks, guys. If we're able to take that out, that's where the cup and handle fully starts to play out. And at that point, we have a wide open gap to $25 a share. So even though SoFi sold off today, we gave back some gains, this is still a decent looking chart. It's not amazing. It's not phenomenal. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, but it's not bad. It goes to show that we're consolidating, we're putting in this double bottom, we're starting to see buyers come in. We just have to really get that momentum, which won't come until we take out 20 bucks. And again, keep your eyes on what we do in this $17, $18 ballpark, right around these moving averages on the 4-hour chart. If we chop around there, find support at that spot, again, that could be the formation of this handle, and keep your eyes on what it does from there. Of course, we'll do some more updates this week. We'll probably do another one tomorrow, so make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell. And with that being said, we'll talk about some other stocks here. You guys obviously saw Marvell, you saw Coherent. We covered those in my video earlier. And by the way, guys, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed yet, we're on the road to 100K subs here on YouTube and 100,000 followers on Facebook, which we're going to hit it on Facebook earlier or sooner than YouTube, which is insane. My Facebook has blown up. But if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe, hit the follow button on Facebook. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Look, let me show you these stocks. Marvell today closed up 32%, and it looks like it's up even more. Holy smokes, it's up another $10 in the aftermarket. We're pushing 303. What did Jensen say in the aftermarket, guys? I don't know. He probably didn't say anything, but the momentum is ridiculous. I don't even think I've seen the memory stocks this parabolic. I mean, this is literally in a straight line up, which is ridiculous, guys. Profit taking is probably coming around the corner here, but then again, who knows with these stocks, right? Coherent is up another 18%, as of course NVIDIA, they have a partnership with Coherent, Lumentum, they got mentioned by Jensen, the GTC. We heard about it. Photonics, right? Coherent ripped all-time highs, $433 per share today. Lam Research ended up going not nearly as ballistic, but Lam Research had a nice 5.5% green day. We're now testing the highs from the end of last week, right around 335, 340, which I think is going to break. And I think Lam Research honestly goes to 350. You can even make a case for $400 a share on this stock, but I don't want to get too greedy, guys. My average is like 275, so I'm looking to lock in gains anywhere from 350 upwards to 400, although 400, again, I don't want to get too crazy with the targets. I don't want to get too greedy, but yeah, 350 I think is easily in the cards for Lam Research. Stocks like Micron today went up to $1,080 a share, 2.5% green day for Micron, which with how it's been performing, that's a tamed green day. That's really nothing, 2.5%, but it keeps on trucking along, guys. And looking at some other names here, we had a decent amount of red, decent amount of red today. Palantir gave back 5%, which I might make a video on Palantir. CRM gave back some gains. We're noticing a lot of these software names are seeing a little sell-off today, profit taking, whatever you want to call it. And Google, when it comes to big tech, we're getting some selling in Google, Amazon, Meta, and I think Google looks the best on the charts out of the bunch. Look, I think even though it's one of my biggest stocks, I'm up so much, I've held it for years, I think this is a buy the dip, even for me on Alphabet. I think right around here, 350, 360, that was resistance for a long time, for months. Then we broke out of it, hit 404. Now we're pulling back down to about 350, 360. The chart looks great. I think it's going to hold this point. So I think you could argue Alphabet is a great buy right now. Great buy the dip. And I think Meta is as well, although the chart doesn't look nearly as good as Google. And the market, let's be honest, Meta's out of favor. The market hates Meta right now, but I think the market's going to regret that in about 12 to 18 months. So I'm looking to actually gobble up more shares of Meta here at, under 600. Bring it on, man. And Robinhood, I actually bought some more right before close. I added some in the low 88s, and I think Robinhood on this dip is a decent add as well. And sure, it could go down a little more, but for me, guys, I think anywhere in this pocket is a buy. I think we're going over $100, well over 100. So I'm not nitpicking on the price too much. I mean, a bulk of my shares are in the low 70s. So look, I averaged up on it. My average cost now went up to about $73.50 roughly. I'm still in the low 70s, you know. So if it goes to 85, if it goes to 87, 84, right? Look, I'll just buy more. My average is in the low 70s. So that's kind of where I'm at today, guys. A little bit quicker video for this one. Kind of all over the place on these random stocks. Well, they're not random, but we're talking about a bunch of stocks here, guys. SoFi, Robinhood. What are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. Of course, hit the like button. And don't forget to join the Patreon if you guys want to, you know, keep up with my portfolio updates, all my trades, investments in real time. And if you want to be a part of my private Discord, check it out. Link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocksurfast.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.